Lane Frost is a name that resonates with anyone who's ever heard of rodeo. His legacy in the world of bull riding is nothing short of legendary. Today, we're diving into the story of Lane Frost, the man, the bull, and the legend. A young man whose passion for bull riding turned him into an icon. His bravery, determination, and connection to the sport continue to inspire bull riders around the world. But what exactly made Lane Frost so special? Let's take a look at his journey from a small town in Wyoming to becoming a rodeo legend and the untimely tragedy that made his story even more unforgettable. Buckle up, because this is one wild ride. Lane Frost was born on October 12, 1963, in La Junta, Colorado, but his journey into rodeo fame didn't start in Colorado. His family soon moved to Wyoming, where his deep love for rodeo took root. Rodeo wasn't just a sport for Lane, it was a family tradition. His father, Clyde Frost, was a rodeo cowboy, and Lane grew up immersed in the world of bulls, broncs, and rodeo arenas. From an early age, Lane demonstrated an incredible talent for bull riding, often showing more skill than most kids his age. But even with this natural ability, the road to success wasn't without its challenges. Growing up in a small town, opportunities to compete and gain recognition were limited. Lane didn't have the big-name sponsors or coaches that some of the top riders had, but what he lacked in resources, he made up for in grit and determination. It wasn't always easy, but his love for the sport pushed him to work harder every day. At just 14 years old, Lane began competing in junior rodeos. He started by entering local events, but his raw talent was too much to ignore. He quickly climbed the ranks, impressing everyone with his fearless riding and undeniable skill. As he honed his craft, Lane's confidence grew, and it wasn't long before he was taking on bigger competitions. His drive and focus earned him respect from fellow riders, and by his late teens, Lane had already made a name for himself in the rodeo world. What made Lane's rise so remarkable was his combination of talent and determination. He didn't come from a wealthy or privileged background, yet his ability to outshine many of his peers spoke volumes about his dedication and love for the sport. Lane was ready to take on the rodeo world, and the best was yet to come. His journey from a small-town boy to rodeo legend was only beginning. Lane's big break came in 1984 when he made his debut in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, PRCA. His first rodeo was held in Cheyenne, Wyoming, where he earned his first big win. But Lane's true rise to fame didn't happen overnight. It took hard work, grit, and some seriously scary rides to get there. Lane's style was unique. He wasn't just a great bull rider because of his physical ability. It was his mental toughness and his love for the sport that set him apart. Bull riding, after all, is one of the most dangerous sports in the world. It's not for the faint of heart, and Lane was anything but faint-hearted. He would often ride some of the meanest, most aggressive bulls in the world, and he did it with confidence and grace that only the best bull riders possess. But in 1987, everything changed for Lane. That year, he won the PRCA World Bull Riding Championship. It was a huge accomplishment, one that established him as a true rodeo legend. His victory was celebrated across the country, and Lane became a household name in the world of rodeo. He was more than just a bull rider. He was a symbol of determination, courage, and resilience. One of the key moments that solidified Lane Frost's status as a legend was his unforgettable ride on the bull Red Rock. Red Rock was considered one of the toughest bulls in the world, and no one had been able to stay on him for more than 8 seconds. That is, until Lane Frost. The moment that Lane stayed on Red Rock for an entire 8 seconds became one of the most iconic moments in rodeo history. It was a ride that showcased everything that Lane Frost was about: his determination, his skill, and his unwavering courage. The crowd went wild, and Lane Frost's name was forever etched in rodeo history. But the ride itself was more than just a victory. It symbolized Lane's relationship with the sport. He wasn't just riding bulls, he was conquering them. It was the perfect demonstration of his skill, and it earned him the admiration of rodeo fans and fellow bull riders alike. While Lane Frost's professional career was on the rise, his personal life wasn't without struggles. Like many athletes, Lane faced pressure both from within and from the outside world. The pressure to constantly perform at the highest level was overwhelming, and Lane often found himself battling with the physical toll bull riding was taking on his body. The injuries were piling up. Lane had been thrown from bulls, broken bones, and had suffered countless bruises and sprains over the years. But despite all of this, Lane never gave up. He loved bull riding more than anything, and he was willing to sacrifice anything to be the best. But But even the toughest bull rider couldn't escape the dangers of the sport. Tragedy struck in 1989 during the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo, a place where Lane had first made a name for himself. Lane was riding a bull named Taking Care of Business, and though he had stayed on for the full 8 seconds, he was thrown hard to the ground. As he fell, the bull's horn struck Lane in the chest, causing a fatal injury. Lane Frost died shortly after the accident, at just 25 years old. His death sent shockwaves through the rodeo world and beyond. Lane Frost had been more than just a bull rider. He had become a symbol of the spirit of rodeo. His tragic passing left a huge hole in the hearts of his family, friends, and fans. But it also left a legacy that would inspire generations of bull riders and rodeo enthusiasts for years to come. Lane Frost may have left us too soon, but his impact on the world of rodeo is undeniable. Even after his death, his name continues to be celebrated. Lane's story is one of perseverance, passion, and the pursuit of greatness. He wasn't just a great bull rider, he was a great person. He was known for his kind spirit, his generosity, and his respect for the sport. Today, Lane's legacy lives on through the Lane Frost brand, an organization that promotes rodeo and bull riding while also helping to support young athletes who are just starting out in the sport. Lane's life and career continue to inspire new generations of riders, encouraging them to chase their dreams and never give up. Lane's story is also immortalized in the 1994 film 8 Seconds, which tells the story of his life and untimely death. The film, which starred Luke Perry as Lane Frost, introduced Lane's incredible story to a wider audience and helped cement his place in popular culture. Lane Frost's influence on bull riding goes far beyond just his skills in the arena. His courage and the way he carried himself continue to inspire not just bull riders, but anyone who faces challenges in life. He showed that with determination, grit, and a love for what you do, anything is possible, even conquering the world's toughest bulls. Bull riding has become more dangerous over the years, but Lane's legacy lives on in the way riders approach the sport. His bravery has set the standard for how athletes should carry themselves in the face of adversity. Lane's dedication to bull riding continues to inspire young riders who dream of making it to the top, just like he did. Lane Frost was more than just a rodeo legend. He was a man who gave everything to the sport he loved, a man whose story will never be forgotten. From his humble beginnings in Wyoming to his rise to fame, Lane's journey was one of passion, heart, and an unshakable will to succeed. His tragic death may have cut his career short, but his legacy lives on, inspiring future generations of bull riders and reminding us all that greatness comes from the heart. Lane Frost's name will forever be tied to the spirit of rodeo, and his story will continue to be told for years to come. He was the man, the bull rider, and the legend that rode into the history books and never looked back. We may never see another rider quite like him, but we will always carry his spirit with us. So, what do you think of Lane Frost's legendary career and legacy? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories of rodeo legends like Lane Frost. See you next time.